If you want to buy a student's laptop, this Acer Swift Go 14 is one of the best ones out there. Let's review. As I said, this is Acer Swift Go 14 2024. It has Intel Core Ultra 7 processor with 32GB of RAM and an OLED display. And all of them together is, I think, can make one of the best laptops for students in the market. Let's start with the body. The chassis made out of aluminum, but it feels plasticky. I don't know why, but they have a unpleasant coating on this aluminum that doesn't feel good, at least for me. And because of that, I can say I like the feel, but it is stiff and it is one of the strongest laptops out there, and I like the stiffness on this machine. The keyboard is fine. It is one of the okay keyboards. It is not the best, but it is okay, and there is no problem with long typing sessions for your university course or writing an article or anything like that in high school or university. And because of that, I think it has okay keyboard. I have no problem with it. It has white backlit keyboard, which is good. It's easier to use this keyboard in dark environments like in the night, and I can say it has good keyboard. The trackpad is not glossy, but it is good plastic, and because of that, it is fine and there is no problem with it. But in just less than 2 weeks of use, I see some scuffs on the trackpad, which is not a good sign. I don't like this scuff on the trackpad. And also about the hinge, it has a strong hinge and you can open this laptop with only one finger, which is good. And I can say I like the stiffness for the hinge and for the body of this laptop. For the ports, we have one Kensington lock on the right, we have one USB type A port and one audio combo jack, which has good output quality, and a micro SD card on the right, which is okay, but when you have upgradable storage option, you don't need a micro SD. Because of that, I prefer to have a USB port at least instead of this micro SD. It is so much more useful. I think only 2% of people use micro SD cards and 100% of people are using USB ports. So don't use micro SD on your laptops. I'm talking to laptop manufacturers. There is no problem with micro SD on this machine, but I prefer to have a port that I use on my laptop, on my $1,000 laptop. A USB 2 port can be more useful than a UHS 2 micro SD port. Change my mind if you can. On the left, we got 2 Thunderbolt 4 ports, 1 HDMI, and another USB type A port, which is good, and it means this laptop has everything you need for your daily work. And also, there is no charging port. Why? Because you can charge your laptop with those Thunderbolt 4 ports, which is good. It has 65-watt charger in the box, which is okay, but it has 2 long cables. It is good for some people, but with the good battery life on this machine, I don't think we need that length on our charger. For the body and chassis part, I think I can give this laptop a 7 out of 10 score, because I don't like the coating on this beautiful aluminum, and in the otherwise I like it. There is no problem with it. And let's talk about the screen. One of the best things about this laptop is just this screen. Let me rotate the laptop. This laptop has an almost 3K screen at 90 Hz. It has OLED panel and everything looks gorgeous on this screen. There is no problem with it. And because of that 90 Hz screen and the combination of 90 Hz with low response time of OLED panel, everything is smooth on this machine. And I have no problem with it. It's a good machine for photographers because of this display and photo editors. But video editors are, I'm not suggesting this laptop for video editors because it doesn't have that much use for you. But if you are a photographer, you can use this laptop because this screen is just gorgeous. It is color accurate. It has more than 100% sRGB. It has 90% Adobe RGB, and because of that, it can deliver what you need for your daily tasks, and I like it. Also, there is no problem with it. It has almost 500 nits of brightness, and you can just adjust your brightness to lower settings without any problem. For the display part, I can give this laptop a solid 10 out of 10 score because it deserves it, and the main key advantage for this laptop is the screen. I like it. Okay, let's talk about performance. The CPU on this machine, as I said, is Intel Core Ultra 7 processor with 16 cores, which has 6 performance cores, 8 efficiency cores, and 2 low power efficiency cores. With these 2 low power efficiency cores, you can get up to 15 or 10 hours of battery life, which is good. I will talk about it later in the video, and everything is good for now with this CPU. It has 32 GB of LPDDR5 RAM, which means you can't upgrade your RAM to 64 GB. But for this machine, I think 32 GB is more than enough, so you won't get in any problem, and you should not have any concern about your upgradability for the RAM on this machine. But at least you can upgrade your SSD if you open your laptop, and it is easy. It's just unscrewing an SSD and put the other SSD stick into the machine without any problem. For the benchmarks, we tested Cinebench R23 and 2024 on this machine, and we got okay results. There was no problem when we were testing, and overall I can say the heat and the temperature management was fine. They were not the best, but they were fine. But the problem we got in when we were benchmarking Cinebench, the machine got too hot. Because of that, you should be a little concerned, because our keyboard deck was at 60 or 50 degrees Celsius, which is not good when you want to type on your keyboard. It's too much heat for the keyboard deck, and also the fan noise for a student's laptop is too much. And I can say sometimes for even copying a file, extracting a RAR file, you may get into a problem and laptop gets too hot even in such a light task. Because of that, in Cinebench we didn't have a good experience. But the scores, as you can see on the screen, for Cinebench R23 was okay. It was around 30,000 scores, and also in Cinebench 2024 we got good multi-core and single core scores. For multi-core we got around 700 to 800 scores, which is okay for this machine and for the CPU. It's like 3900H from last year, but with better battery life with Intel Arc GPU. I said Intel Arc GPU. Let's talk about Time Spy. Time Spy is a test that can show us how well it can perform in games or in 3D applications, and it got around 3000 to 4000 scores, which means this laptop has the power of RTX 2050 at max. And I think for an integrated GPU, it is good score. I can't say anything wrong about it. Also, this time we tested Adobe Premiere again on this machine. We experienced crashing and not supporting the hardware in ZenBook 14 for Intel Core Ultra and Intel Arc GPU, but this time we rendered our project in Premiere Pro again, and we got around 12 minutes of render time, which was okay for this machine. But if you can have a machine with even MX 550, you can get better results. RTX 2050 or 3050 are in another league, and you should not, I've warned you, you should not buy this machine if you want to edit videos. So for the performance part, I can say it can handle your applications. But what about games? If you want to play games, you can play some light games like Dota 2, Valorant, or something like that. But because of 3K OLED screen, you may experience some jittering or some drop frames. To not experience that thing, I should suggest you to use maximum 100 FPS in the settings. We also tested some heavier games like Rainbow Six 2060, and we got good results around 140 in FHD plus resolution. But in Cyberpunk we didn't experience playable frame rates, so it is not for heavy games like Cyberpunk. For the performance part, the heat management and the fan noise and the heat on the surface was too much. So I should give it 7 out of 10 or 6 out of 10 score. And I think 6 out of 10 is my final score for this part. Speakers on this machine wasn't that great, but it wasn't that bad. So I can say it was meh. It can be 5 or 6 out of 10. So this is the webcam quality of Acer Swift Go 14. I don't know, but it can't control the exposure, I think, because when I block the light, it will fix my face, but when I'm not, my face is blown out. What do you think about this webcam quality? It is 1080p, and what do you think about the mic quality? Tell us in the comments below. For the battery life, this laptop has a 65 watt hour battery. It can perform well for you. If you want to watch videos, you can watch 3 long videos like Doom 2, Doom Part 2, and it can perform well without any problem. It has 9 to 10 hours of battery life, which is good. But if you want to go hardcore and do heavy tasks on this machine, you can't get more than 3 or 4 hours of battery life. But your long typing session for writing an article, you can use your laptop without any problem with like 6 to 7 hours of battery life. And also, if you decrease your screen brightness, you can make it last even more, which is good. For the conclusion, I think I can give this laptop a 7 out of 10 score. It means if you want to buy a student's laptop, it can be one of the best options available in the market, and I can recommend you to buy this laptop. So, what do you think about Acer Swift Go? Tell us in the comments below. And if you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. And for the webcam, looking to, if you want to buy a student laptop right now, I think Acer Swift Go 14 is one of the best options you have in the market. Let's review. This is Acer Swift Go. This is Acer Swift.